Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone, especially to Dr. Alias Mahmud. My name is Muhammad Fakhri. My matrix number is 9412041456450001. Today, I am excited to present my research proposal about the study of the awareness and knowledge about CPR process among community in Taratak, Muhibbah 1. This presentation will provide a background of the study, its problem statement and significance, the research question and objective, the literature review, and research methodology. Let's begin. I would like to explain about the background of the study. According to Grieve et al. In 2020, cardiac pulmonary resuscitation or CPR is used for resuscitating people who are unconscious due to a cardiac arrest. This shows that CPR is an emergency procedure that involves physically maintaining circulation and oxygenation in a person who has gone into cardiac arrest. It's combined chest compression to keep blood move through the body and rescue breathing to supply oxygen to the lung. Based on study Fariduddin and Jafar in 2021, early administration by trained person increases survival rate before medical assistance arrive. This study emphasized the critical role of swift action in emergency situations, potentially saving lives. Timely response is paramount for improving outcomes in emergency. Compared to the other country in the United Kingdom, they prioritize public awareness through compulsory CPR training in school, study done by Reeds et al. In 2021. This effective strategy to train the entire population and increases bystander of CPR. Therefore, there are limited study about public awareness and knowledge of CPR in our country, Malaysia. This study to access public awareness and knowledge CPR, especially to resident Taratak Muhibbah 1. In this problem statement, according to Chan et al. In 2019, the public is unaware of warning signal of cardiac arrest. This shows that public don't know the warning signal such as agonal breathing. As we know, agonal breathing is an audible biomarker for cardiac arrest, which is frequently ignored due to extreme hypoxia. So, it making difficult for layperson to recognize it. Based on study Fariduddin and Xiao in 2021, 82% of Malaysian student teachers reported a lack of knowledge and resources for CPR training. This shows that the lack information severely limits the community ability to respond efficiently to cardiac emergency. Based on previous study, Atafini et al. In 2021, only 38.5% of healthcare providers knew the exact number to contact for help in cardiac arrest situation. This shows that some healthcare professionals also still don't know the exact number to contact for help in cardiac arrest situation. So how about the community, the layperson? So in this study, the significance of this study is to encourage community members to serve as first responder in cardiac emergency. So it will promote culture of willingness through CPR training and education, in which help them feel more confident and capable of providing life-saving when needed. In this study, they have research question and research objective. They have two research questions. Firstly is whether there is any relationship between public awareness and the CPR process. Next is whether there is any relationship between public knowledge and the CPR process. While in the research objective, we want to examine the significant relationship between the public awareness and the CPR process. Next, we want to identify the significant relationship between public knowledge and this PR process. In the literature review, I divided into two subtopics, which is cardiopulmonary resuscitation and public awareness and knowledge of CPR. So in CPR literature review, according to Van Heusen Goedkoop et al. In 2021, bystander CPR improves survival for non-traumatic sudden cardiac arrest, emphasizing the importance of prompt chest compression and rescue breathing. This study shows that CPR can increase the chance of survival rates administering chest compression and rescue breathing. Based on studies Capagliati et al. In 2021, BLS training increases bystander CPR rates and improve out-of-hospital cardiac arrest outcome. This shows that CPR training, cost, and public awareness effort have been important in increasing bystander CPR rates. So let's we see in the public awareness and knowledge of CPR literature review. According to Mouse et al. In 2018, current CPR training program may not effectively prepare people for out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, highlighting important knowledge gaps that need to be addressed. This shows that a significant gap in the general public knowledge of CPR, including when and how to do it efficiently. Based on study Vermelin et al. In 2019, the barrier to CPR understanding and implementation in Chicago public school staff are fear of causing injury and misconception about its effectiveness. Based on their finding, highlighted the importance of accessible and CPR education program in increasing public confidence to intervene in emergency. So let's we see in the research methodology. In this study, in research design, I'm used the quantitative non-experimental research. This quantitative approach allow for the objective and reliable measurement of variable as well as the provision of statistical data to support the findings. This quantitative design to derive meaningful conclusion and identify relevant areas for intervention. The non-experimental research in this study, which means that does not change variable or force treatment on the respondent. The data are gathered using standard survey that assess individual knowledge and awareness of CPR. For me, this method is excellent for researching naturally without interfere the community regular activities. The population that I choose for this study is resident of Taratak Muhibbah 1. I choose this population because it has a variety representing of all age, level of education, and socio-economic origin. The total population in this resident area is 400 people, based on Krigi and Morgan formula 1970. This study will involve 197 people. In this study, simple random technique will be used to ensure the community various demographic grouping and adequately represented. In my opinion, this method reduce bias and improve the study finding applicability to the larger Taratak Muhibbah 1 community. This sample size for this study will using statistical criteria such as the required level of precision, confidence interval, and expected response rate. The structure survey questionnaire is the key data of collection for this key data collection tool for this study. This survey questionnaire is designed to collect information from community in a organized way. This questionnaire is designed to get the answer that will provide awareness of CPR method and any current gap or misconception in CPR knowledge. This survey questionnaire is consists three sections, which is section A, B, and C. In section A, include demographic information such as age, level of education, and previous CPR training experience and gender. By understanding the demographic profile, allow us to examine difference in CPR awareness and knowledge among different demographic groups in the community. In section B, contains 5 questionnaires. This section, respondent will be asked about the awareness of CPR. Questions can assess familiarity, the words of CPR, and understanding is significant in saving life, and recognition of typical of CPR. These questions were derived from Huang 2019, Guteta 2022, and Vural 2017. Therefore, I choose this question because it's related to my study. In section C consists 5 questionnaires. This section will assess respondent understanding of CPR methods, including the proper sequence of steps for conducting CPR and adult, child, or newborn. All these questionnaires are adapted from Guteta in 2021. This is because these questions are appropriate for testing the public knowledge of CPR. The pilot study will be done to evaluate the survey instrument and enhance the research procedure. The pilot study major goal is to assess the viability and the effectiveness of research design and survey without as survey instrument in context of Taratak Muhibbah 1. In this pilot project, we'll recruit a small group of Taratak Muhibbah 1 people range from 10% to 20%, 20 respondents. Simple random sampling method will be used to identify respondents for the pilot project with characteristic which is accessibility and variety of the community. In the analysis data, in this study will be used, descriptive statistic will be used to calculate the mean, median, and mode of CPR awareness and knowledge rating based on survey responses. This measure will computed for both two total sample and subgroup depending on demographic characteristic. The study can identify variance in the community CPR awareness and knowledge by examining the measure of central tendency across different segments at population. That's all for my research proposal presentation. Thank you.